When I was a kid, I really loved playing Minecraft. It was one of my favorite games, especially my favorite activity was to go mining. So you know how mining goes, you go in the cave, you look for some diamonds, for some gold, for some iron, for some valuable materials. And as you go deeper into the cave, usually you encounter some zombies. So what you do, you probably have some nice equipment, you kill them with the sword, one zombie comes from the right, you kill it, one zombie comes from the left, you destroy it with your sword. But then another zombie comes, and then another zombie comes, and then another zombie comes. And if you're experienced enough, you know that there is a zombie spawner. So you look from where the zombies are coming, you completely ignore them, and you go past them until you find the zombie spawner and you just destroy it with your pickaxe or with your axe. Now, everybody that plays Minecraft knows that this is just a simple strategy. You don't focus on the zombies, you focus on the spawner, you kill it, and then the zombies slowly start to die one by one. When it comes to life, however, not many people have this mindset. This is one of the main reasons why I have this channel, because I want to focus on the cause of the problems. Nowadays, it's a common practice to focus on the symptoms of a certain problem. For example, when we're speaking about mental health, you have stress, you have anxiety. How to deal with stress? Top 3 tips how to deal with stress. First, meditate. Second, go in the cold shower. Third, have some grateful thoughts. These are ways to deal with the symptoms of stress. But nobody asks the question, why do you have this stress in the first place? This is where the self-improvement, self-help industry on YouTube is lacking. And here is where I want to help people who cannot seem to get the answers that they want, cannot seem to get the results that they want. And the answer is simple. You just follow the trails of why. You ask yourself why, and then you get to the cause of the issue. Once you remove the cause of the issue, then you are free from this problem forever. When it comes to our negative thoughts, there is something that is almost never spoken about on the internet. And this is that thoughts come from feelings. And the best way to get rid, or the better word, to let go of the negative thoughts is to let go of the feeling behind them. Every single thought is generated from an internal feeling inside of us. Most of the time, it is some feeling in our subconscious, something that has been formed way in the past, way back in the past, maybe in our childhood. But this feeling is what is generating the thoughts. This is why I gave you the example with the zombie spawner. Because the feeling is the spawner and the zombies are the thoughts. You can kill them, you can try to distract from them, you can try to meditate on them, on these thoughts. But in the end of the day, if you don't focus on the cause of these thoughts, which is the internal feeling that you have inside of you, the thoughts will never go away. This is such an important concept. And one very good example to give you, so you understand better, is, let's say you have an ex-partner. You really love them, you had a very nice relationship with them, but things ended. Now you find yourself after, let's say, 4 or 5 years, you never think about this person anymore. Have you asked yourself why you never think about them on your day-to-day life? It's simply because there is not any feelings left anymore. You don't have this feeling that is generating these thoughts. And this is how the thoughts never come up in the first place. Because all of the feelings related to this person are gone. That you have let go, either consciously or subconsciously, from the feelings of this person, and the thoughts never arise in the first place. On the other hand, when you still have feelings for somebody, when you still love somebody, you cannot help yourself but think about them. And the more you have feelings about somebody, the more you think about them. Negative thoughts are generated from the bad feeling. And what is the best practice to do? Because our body, our mind has this reaction that whenever we feel something very, very bad, very intense in our stomach and in our body, it tends to shift our focus instead of in the body to the head. And this is when we start to get more and more thoughts. That's why when you feel fearful, when you fear something, what tends to happen is all of your focus shifts into your head and it starts to imagine all of these bad scenarios and stuff. And the best way to handle this is just to go, instead of in your mind, to shift your focus back into the body, surrender to the present feeling right now, absolutely surrender to it, absolutely don't have any attachments, any issues with it, any judgment to it, and just let it run its course, come up, and let it go. Maybe you need 5 minutes going through these feelings, but once you're done, you let go of the feeling and the thoughts never arise in the first place. You have probably noticed this in yourself. Whenever it's an emotionally intense situation, all of these thoughts start coming up. For example, if you're in an argument, all of these thoughts start coming up and you feel like a rapper. You have argument after argument after argument, you cannot stop speaking. Your mind is like this. This is a defense mechanism of the mind to not let you experience these intense emotions, because our mind has this survival mechanism that wants to protect us at all costs from experience these intense feelings. Because, for example, in the past you have experienced something very bad related to this let's say topic or this scenario, maybe something similar that has happened in the past, and back then it triggered such strong emotions that you back then you didn't know how to handle them. That's why you suppress them in yourself, and that's why every time you happen to be in a situation like this, all of these bad feelings come up. And instead of letting them go, we get in our heads and we start rationalizing, we start to avoid these bad thoughts, we start to look for ways to fix them and all this kind of stuff. But what we need to do instead is focus in the internal emotions and let them go. Next time, like a practical exercise that you can do, next time you feel some strong emotions, maybe anger, which is the most common one. Let's say next time you feel anger, just instead of being in your head and start to overthink and think, and this person said this to me and I can say that to them, but they betrayed me, all this kind of stuff. Instead, focus on your body, focus on the feeling, surrender to it. Breathe into it and let it go. And you see how everything gets much lighter. This is the things that I'm teaching in my coaching. If you want one-on-one help, you can click the first link in the description down below. Also, I have added something new. If you want your personal situation to be resolved in an anonymous way in one of my future videos, you can leave me an email with your detailed description of your situation and we can reveal it right here on the channel. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and as usual, stay tigers.